The Morehead City Motorboaters crushed the Greenville Gnomes 20-2. The most runs scored by the franchise since July 9th, 2021. Trey, I'll start with you. It was a season high in just about everything offensively. Runs, hits, walks drawn. What was working at the plate?
I think, quite frankly, everything was working at the plate for the Motorboaters today. You talk about the walks complemented with 10 hits. I mean, just executing with runners in scoring position was in full effect today. 20 runs up on the board for the visitors. Not much else to say. I was talking to Christian about it during the broadcast. We keep saying dominance. I had to pull up my thesaurus to look for synonyms. I feel like we were just overusing that word, but that's what it was today. Just complete, utter dominance from the Motorboaters in bouncing back from a tough loss last night at Wilmington.
What a way to bounce back for sure. Another thing we didn't see much of before this game that we saw tonight, 4 home runs, another season high. Christian, the long ball was on full display tonight, wasn't it?
Yeah, and it came from some guys who you may not have expected. How about Jack Meyer? His only hit of the night was an absolute bomb out to right field. And then you had Nate Anderson as well. I mean, he was absolutely fantastic. Just came over to the team yesterday, made his season debut last night against Wilmington, and then from the plate today, 4 of 5 had that 3-run blast late in the game. He was absolutely fantastic. Definitely is going to be a staple in the top of the order for the rest of the year.
Anderson was on fire at the plate. You mentioned Jack Meyer. We actually got to speak with him following the win. Lance Williams here with Motorboaters third baseman, even though he's wearing the Fish Tacos shirt.
Wrong day.
Jack Meyer. Jack, quite the day here in Greenville. 20-2 win. What was the offense doing?
Hey, we're just keeping it simple, see ball, hit ball, and we're executing what we need to execute. So,
you know, the team entered this game with just 1 home run off Nick Surse, but then we come in today, we hit 4 of them. You hit 1 of them. You just wanted to join in on the party. What was that about?
yeah, Surfs told the boys, hey, let's get it going. I got the first one. Let's get it going. So I had to follow the captain's lead and hit 1 for myself.
You were working the hot corner well today. How are you feeling there out in the field?
I mean, I feel pretty good. Just like hitting see-ball, hit ball, see-ball, catch ball. I try to model my game after Nolan Arenado, being from St. Louis Cardinal legend. So I just try to be like him, and it works out pretty well for me.
Worked out well for you tonight. Jack, 1 for 3, 2 walks, homer. Quite the day. Thank you, Jack. The offense on full display. We also got to talk to Coach Sam Carroll. And he mentioned the bounce back, just going into a tough kind of 3-game series against Wilson on Tuesday and then Wednesday. How much will that be in forms of a buildup?
I mean, it's going to be a massive momentum booster from this win tonight. And another thing I want to touch on as well, the bullpen really stepped up tonight. You had a great start from Ryan Devaney, but in the last 2 games, one of the things that we've seen is a lot of these teams finding ways to score a bunch of runs in the 7th inning. 6 from the High Toms on Friday, and then 6 from the Sharks just last night. But you had guys like Carson Gibson and Jake Kramer coming into the ball game and absolutely shoving on the mound. That's a big thing to have if you're Morehead City, and something you could certainly rely on going forward, especially if the offense could display the same firepower they did tonight.
Coach Sam Carroll had high praise for the bullpen. We got to talk to him earlier today.
Trey Keenis here with Motorboaters skipper Sam Carroll. And Coach, 20-2 victory tonight, offense on full display. How does it make you feel coming in this doubleheader in Wilson on Tuesday?
It was great. Ryan Devaney gave us a great open. I mean, I know that gets forgotten in the 20-2 start, but in all seriousness, he comes out and gets 6 outs, and then that kind of just helped us propel ourselves to that big victory. So I'm getting kind of heckled here on the other side of the camera here. But yes, it's always fun. Congratulations there. Good job. But no, it was good to get that win also, just to get the taste out of our mouth from last night. So.
As Coach gets a handshake from Motorboaters starter Ryan Devaney. On the flip side, Coach, you go back to last night. There were some struggles in the bullpen, as noted, that led to that 11-5 victory for Wilmington. Yep. But the response tonight, you have Gibson coming out, as well as complemented by Kramer. 3 shutout innings, 5, 6, and 7. How do you feel about that response out of the bullpen tonight?
So we expected. I mean, our guys are really talented, and I think what we saw a little bit last night was just the results of all the rain and guys weren't in rhythm. We had 2 or 3 guys last night that made their first appearance in 7 to 9 days, and that's tough on any arm. And so to get some of these guys back out here tonight and throw, you saw what they were able to do, and that's a good club. a pretty good club over here in Morehead City.
And last thing, Coach, you talk about, this offense, 20 runs tonight, but 4 bombs. How does this extra layer of offense give you confidence about this group heading into the rest of the season?
Speed and power, man. I mean, we can run and we can hit for power, and when you can do that consistently, that's a good combination.
Awesome. Appreciate the time, Coach. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Be good.
Thank you, Coach. Morehead City defeats Greenville 20-2. An offensive onslaught. They'll look to build upon this momentum on Tuesday with a doubleheader at Wilson starting at 5:30.